everybody, it's the last super moon of 2020 today, but it's not up yet and it's still quite early, so I'm going to go for Venus, which is on this side, so the super moon should be on that side. Venus is over there, so I'm going to very quickly set the scope up and take a quick video of Venus. Wow, there we go, we're on Venus already. That's unbelievably cool. Massively out of focus, but that's okay. There we go. Wow, it's got a real sort of crescent to it at the moment, which is good. So what I want to do is take some videos. Okay everybody, so we've just got Venus in the middle there, which is great. So now what I need to do is get Venus on the computer. Okay, Venus is looking absolutely brilliant. And now I'm taking a video. So what I'd ideally want is about a minute and a half's footage, and I'll do 2 or 3 of those. But it's so calm tonight, it's really nice, really is calm, and that means that hopefully we won't get any wobble on the telescope at all. So we're at 4,100 frames now. It's still really central. Really good. I'm not unhappy about this at all. Yeah, you can see a little video of what I can see. So there's Venus at the moment. We're just recording the footage and we're just coming up to nearly 5,000 frames there. So at 5,000 I'll stop. There we go. So that was 5,000 frames. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to reframe. Let's get it back in the center of the frame and let the mount settle. I'm going to record some more, and hopefully when we stack these individual frames together in Autostakkert, we'll be able to see if we've managed to capture a good image of Venus or not. So we're recording now, which is great. Now as it's getting dark, I'm going to put some light on. I'll leave this for a couple of minutes and go and get a light. Look. There's the telescope and it's all red, so hopefully you'll be able to see me, which is great. And the moon is not up yet, or not high enough anyway. I'm happy with that. And can I get this any better? So I think we're getting to the end of it now, but I'm just going to increase the exposure time. Let's get a bit more lighting because it went a bit darker then. Hopefully this should be good, and then we just have to wait for the moon to come up. It should be up there. I'm going to use an app. Right, so the moon has just broken the horizon. So let's have a look. So search solar system, moon. Really late, about 10:30. That's really unfortunate. And also it's going to be behind all of these trees here. Do I want to stay up? So instead of the moon, how about I get up extraordinarily early in the morning and do Saturn. I think I'm going to get up early and do Saturn instead. Let's do that. I'm going to pack away. We'll do Saturn tomorrow morning.
And I went for the moon the previous week and got this. So Saturn it is, tomorrow morning.
See if we can even see it. we go. So I'm on Jupiter. Okay. Right then, let's get a camera. So hopefully I'm putting in a 3 times Barlow lens. I think that's as good a focus as I can get. And I can see the bands. So I'm going to put it to the middle and I'm going to take a video for as long as I can. That's it, we're recording Jupiter. Okay, this is video number 2 of Jupiter. I can't see Saturn in the sky at all, and I can't see Mars. At least I've got Jupiter, which is one of the things I really wanted to get this morning. But Saturn is what I'm after, and Mars, and because I've never managed to video Mars before. And this bush, which I'm leaning against, has got thorns in it, and they're spiking my bum. No, I'm just pointing the scope in any direction, there's no point now.
So as daylight broke, I'd have to wait until the following day to have another go at Saturn.
Saturn, day 3. Brilliant, it's still dark and I can see both Saturn and Jupiter and it's crystal clear. Oh, it's so clear. Right then, let's find Saturn. Something already. I don't know if it's Jupiter or Saturn. So we're on Jupiter. And now we're on Saturn. Right, it's super tiny though. So we need to get those Barlow lenses in. Right. Let's get this imaging. Right, that's it. We are recording Saturn. Fantastic. And I can just see Mars above the houses over there, but that street lamp is going to scupper me. So I think what I'm meant to do is continue with Saturn for as long as I can. It's really difficult because whenever I step on the bricks, which although they're 2 or 3 bricks away, every single step is causing a vibration through the mount. And I can see them on the screen. Just show you what I can see on the screen here. I daren't move anything. But if I move in, there's Saturn. And I'm currently videoing Saturn. The blue box is the region of interest. So I've obviously made it smaller, otherwise you're just recording the dark sky around it. Right, Mars. I am on Mars. It's red and it's a dot. Okay, we're on. We are on Mars. Let's get Mars. So again, 3 times Barlow lens. Oh my goodness, that's just mad. What I can see, it's just a red dot at the moment. I need to change the region of interest. Now let's get some videos of this. Let's get 2 videos of this for as long as possible. Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. You know what, Jupiter? You're next. Hello, Jupiter. So here is Jupiter and her moons. Bam! Planet Jupiter, and you can see 1, 2, 3 of her moons there. That's brilliant. So we've got that. So now what we need to do is turn our gain down, turn our exposure down. Oh, Jupiter, what an amazing planet. And this is the planet Jupiter. I would have to show you this one because it's amazing. Planet Jupiter. Venus, Mars, Saturn and Jupiter.
We're now going to stack the video files which we got from outside. So we have here a folder, and these are all the different videos which we took, the .ser files, which is an uncompressed video format. To stack these frames, we're going to use Autostakkert. Now Autostakkert has 2 windows. We've got a sort of controls window and then the picture window here. So I'm going to grab one of the video files and just drop it on top of this window here, and we can see our picture of Jupiter there, and as you pull this slider across you can see the video going through and we can see the individual frames, and that's the video that we took. So the first step is to analyze this image. So in this window we select planet and then we click the analyze button, and Autostakkert will now go through and look at the quality of this image. So we can see here we've got a graph, and this is the 50% line here. So anything above 50% we want to keep. Anything below we want to throw away. So we've got 25, it's about 35% there. So I'm going to put 35 in there. And then we need to tell Autostakkert what to use for alignment points to line up each of these frames when they're being stacked. Now luckily Autostakkert will do that for us. It has a place alignment points grid, place AP grid button here. And then it will look at this image and put these little blue squares with red dots in at all of the different points that it can align to. Once we've done that, all we have to do is click on stack. We'll leave all of the other settings exactly the same. So now Autostakkert's going through and it's stacking each of these images. Okay, it's now complete, and it has put the final image from this stacking back in one of these folders over here. So here we have the final image, which has been stacked, and you can see here that we haven't got too much detail, but we can see a little bit of the red dot, the red spot on Jupiter there. So what we're going to do now is see if we can improve this image. So we're coming out of Autostakkert now, thank you very much, and we're now going to go into Registax 6. Now Registax is able to bring out some of the detail that we can see hopefully on the surface. So once the Registax is opened, we again just get our video and file and just drop it on there. And we're now going to select the wavelets tab there, and we're going to draw these up, and hopefully that will gradually bring out some of the detail in the gases that we can see in Jupiter. So I start at the bottom and then gradually work my way up, and as we bring them up you can see more and more of the gas bands appearing and more detail coming out. That's not too bad, you can see a lot more detail there. Now you have to be quite careful with this because you can absolutely destroy an image. Because it also brings up the noise and unwanted artifacts as well. So it's about getting that balance between the wanted picture information and the information that we don't want. That's pretty good. You can see the gas clouds and also the red spot there. Now you'll notice that the image looks quite yellowy green, and that's because of the Bayer pattern on the camera sensor. So what we need to do is an RGB balance now. So we click on this button, which is RGB balance, and we can see that the RG and B are not quite aligned, so we can click auto balance, and then that has realigned those so they're pretty much in the same position, but it's slightly red. So I'm just going to very gently bring down the red slightly. Now this is very much down to personal preference as to whether you like how the image looks or not. No, I might have done that too much. That's not too bad, because I still want this nice red spot here. So that's good. So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to do anything else to it right now. I'm just going to click do all at the top, and that will then process the whole of the image. And then I'm going to click save image, and I'll call this Jupiter. Great, that's been saved. So now we come out of Registax and we're going to go into GIMP. So all we have to do now is drag and drop again our full file onto GIMP, and we can see quite clearly there's a funny box here, there's lots of noise around the edge, and what I want to do is crop this image because I don't want all of the dark and all the noisy bits. So I'll go to the cropping tool, and then I'm just going to draw a box around it like that. That's great, and then click return. And I've also got a funny line here which I might be able to get rid of with the paint tool. So if I select, so if I just take the dropper and select a nearby grey, which is there, and then if I get paintbrush, I can just make the size a bit smaller. That's better, and I can literally just paint that out, that piece of noise there. So that's now gone. So that's looking good. So what I want to do now is bring out some of the colour in Jupiter. So I go to colours and I go to hue and saturation, and because it is actually the red that I want this time, I'm going to click on the red, and then I want to just increase the saturation of that red. And you can just change there, you can see it changing slightly, so I just want to bring out the red in a bit more detail. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Yep, I'm happy with that. And then I'm also going to use the curves tool to see if I can pull out any more detail. And give it a bit more character. Again, this is purely down to my own preference really, and I'm sure there are ways of improving this image massively, but I kind of want it to be as natural looking as to how I took the video So that's not too bad. Okay, great. So now I'm going to export this. So export as, and I will overwrite the previous file, so that one there. So I'll click Jupyter and place and export. So that has now replaced that file for me. So our final image looks like that. So that's great. So I'm now going to go through all of the videos which we took and do a similar process, and then I'll chop them all together in a final edit at the end.